Hey guys, this is Substitute Topher here, filling in for TheTopher, and today we're in one of my personal cars. This is my 2003 Lexus IS300 with a 5-speed manual transmission. I know you guys have probably seen this car on the channel before. TheTopher himself has shot some videos on it, but I figured today would be a really good opportunity to shoot an update video on this car, talk you through a little bit of my ownership and other things like that, because Bridgestone has sent me a fresh set of tires. These are the Bridgestone Potenza Sport Maximum Performance Summer Tires, and I'm really excited because I've never driven this car with any sort of grip before. When I bought it, it had some halfway decent all-season tires, and then I've also, of course, driven it on our winter set of Bridgestone Blizzaks, but I've never driven this car on a full summer performance compound tire, so I'm very excited to do so. I've got a little bit of time behind the wheel on these tires, and first impressions are absolutely great. It totally changes the way this thing drives, but I'm excited to take you out on the road and show you how it is. So I've actually owned this IS300 for over 5 years now. It was kind of my high school graduation present to myself, and I was obsessed with finding a 5-speed manual IS300. In fact, I searched for about 6 months, and finally in August, when I had just turned 18, I was able to purchase this car. It was about an hour away from my house. Drove up, gave the guy, admittedly, pretty much full asking. I think I got like $200 off or something, but I wanted this car so bad, I had to have it, and I had never owned anything Japanese before. I've never owned anything rear-wheel drive, so this was the segue into my next sort of fleet of cars. This is like the flagship. It led the way into everything that I own now. This car definitely taught me a lot. I had a lot of winter drifting sessions with this. Driving rear-wheel drive for the first time in snow was definitely quite the experience, and especially as a college kid when you think you're the best driver ever, and you know, you make your fair share of mistakes. But I'm glad I was able to learn with this fantastic platform right here. I absolutely love this car, and of course, you know, the fact that I've kept it for 5 years means that I really do love it. So let's go ahead and take this thing out for a spin and see what it's really like with these Potenza Sports. I'm really excited to go out for another drive. I do have a Ralco short throw shifter on this thing. The car came equipped with that, and I've never bothered to put a stock shifter back on because I don't like the idea of like downgrading the car, even though it would probably be a lot better to live with just a stock shifter, but whatever, the short throw is okay. So my IS300 has just over 173,000 miles. In fact, 173,591 is the exact readout. And I've owned this car since it was just about to hit 160. I believe I bought it with 159 on it. So I've put about 14,000 miles on this car over my 5 years of ownership. Of course, it hasn't been, you know, my only car. That's why I haven't put very many miles on it. But I'd say 14,000 is a pretty good amount of miles. I know this car pretty well, and it has treated me well as well. I've done all my maintenance on this thing. I've done the timing belt. I've done countless sets of brakes, brake calipers, everything there is to do with that. Fixed all kinds of oil leaks that I've had because I let this thing sit too much, but you know, that's another story. If you're unfamiliar with the first generation Lexus IS300, this car is actually sold in Japan as the Toyota Altezza with a 4-cylinder Beams engine and a 6-speed manual transmission. So when they brought this car over to America, obviously they badged it as a Lexus. It was quite a bit more luxurious, you know, we've got leather, heated seats, all the automatic climate control, all that stuff. But this car was just badged as a Toyota and sold as just sort of a normal sedan over in Japan. But I'm glad they brought it over here. They kept all of the exterior looks, you know, 90% the same. But over in America, we got an inline 6 with this car. We have the 2JZ, the naturally aspirated Supra motor is what we have in this car, and a 5-speed manual transmission. We unfortunately did not get the 6-speed. So this IS makes 215 horsepower, which to the wheels is probably like, what, 180 or something like that. It's definitely not fast. But I think that they brought this car over here and put the 6-cylinder in it to sort of compete with the E46 BMW 3 Series, which is also a car that I own, so it's been fun to compare the two cars to each other. I do think I prefer this car. Everything is just sort of more solid feeling, and I like the the long sort of torquey power band that this car has. It just has torque everywhere, which I love. And of course we have what they call the watch lovers instrument cluster, because it looks like a watch face. That's one very unique feature of this car that's pretty sweet. All right, let's take this thing around a fast corner and see how it grips. Oh yeah, there is just tons of grip with these tires, which is so weird to drive this car with all that grip, because I'm just not used to it. It feels like a totally different animal with these tires, and I love it. As far as other modifications go with this car, it is completely stock, other than of course the wheels and tires and this short throw shifter. That's like the only thing. I think it's got like a lightweight flywheel from when the previous owner did the clutch. Not 100% certain on that, but that's what he told me 5 years ago when I bought the car. Sometimes the clutch feels a little bit weird, so I guess I do believe him on that. But this 5-speed manual is a pretty rare option. Allegedly, only 5% of these cars were made with a manual, so that does make this pretty rare. This car does have the interior out of a sport design car, so it kind of matches the exterior. It's like a white with an ivory interior. You weren't actually able to get this spec from the factory. Somebody added this interior. I think it's great though, because from the factory this car had a beige interior, which is my least favorite color on IS300s. So I'm happy that whoever did this interior swap, thank you, because this is an awesome spec. I think it for one thing sets the car aside, but also just makes it a lot better to look at. This car also has the limited slip differential, which has helped me quite a bit in my winter driving on the Bridgestone Blizzak. Yep, see those. That's proof that they're sticky tires when you hear rocks coming up. But anyways, LSD has helped me quite a bit with my winter driving on the Blizzaks. Has made this thing really great. I don't really recall ever getting stuck in this car. The limited slip certainly helps when you need to get out of slippery situations. Oh, and it of course helps when you want to drift. It aids you quite a bit in that as well. I'm really happy that I purchased this car 5 years ago, because values have gone absolutely through the roof. And I think that, you know, the whole collector car, enthusiast car sort of market has followed suit with that. And this car has been one of those cars. I mean, this thing is probably, oh man, it would probably be $4,000 or $5,000 more than what I paid for it back in 2016. Oh, let's go ahead and turn traction off. Oh, the suspension's really limiting me here. The tires are not even, they're not at their limit, not even close. All right, we exited there at 60 miles an hour. Yes, it has grip now. That's so awesome. We're definitely limited by this stock Lexus suspension that's on this car. Of course, there's quite a bit of body roll. And man, if I had like some coilovers on this thing, coilovers paired with these tires, this thing would be unstoppable. Maybe that'll be next. These tires are being a bad influence on me. I want to add more mods to the car now. This is really great though. I'm so used to, you know, I spent a lot of time driving on Blizzaks, and Blizzaks, as great as they are, inevitably you have quite a bit of road noise, and they howl at speed, because it's all winter tires do. These tires are very quiet. I'm not noticing any sort of elevated road noise from these. So that is a good sign. Love a good quiet tire. I need Chris to teach me how to heel toe a little bit better. See how it is around loose stones here. No weird noises on acceleration or anything. This is a proper set of tires, everyone. I have been missing out on peak IS300 performance because I haven't had good tires on this car. I haven't had performance tires, I should say. The all seasons were fine, but you know, they're nothing compared to this. If we actually try and get these out. No, it's just all grip. You can hear the traction. So much grip on this car. And these are only, so the size of the tire is a 215/45/17, so it's not even like they're wide tires. They're just engineered so well that they're just sticky, and they're able to hold this thing straight. You know, don't have to worry about the back end kicking out unexpectedly. Good stuff. I think that what I've done is I've formed a sentimental attachment with this car, and I tend to do that, especially when cars sort of like are with me through big life moments. And the fact that I purchased this car when I was fresh out of high school, it was kind of like my graduation present to myself. And I literally drove this car to college. Like, I got in this car, it was packed, I mean, to the roof with stuff. It was full of stuff. And I drove it to school, and this was my daily driver for my first 2 years of school, and off and on again for the second 2 years. But it's just been such a great car, and I feel like now it's like a friend, and I would be betraying it if I were to sell it. That's like a toxic trait of mine. I purchase vehicles, they go through some life event with me, and then I can't sell them. So, you know, obviously I still own my first car, because that sort of fits into that category. But this car is really special to me. It sort of opened my eyes to like how nice older foreign cars are built, because prior to this I had only owned domestic cars. And this thing is just awesome. Like, it's such a cool car. Inline 6, manual trans, rear wheel drive. And the rarity factor of this car also. All of my car friends at school were very jealous of this car and always tried to buy it off me and trade me for it and whatnot, but glad I never said yes, because I think that this car will have to stick around forever. I really do love it. It's been nothing but great. You know, it's had its couple bumps in the road. Like, I had a blend door motor decide that it no longer wanted to open one winter morning, so I no longer had heat in the car, but that was able to be solved. Everything else I think's been self-inflicted though. Whether that be a shoddy repair or me just being a teenager to the car. But yeah, it's been a very good ownership experience with this thing, and I really could not think of a better car that I could have chosen to learn rear-wheel drive, learn manual. I mean, I had a couple of years of manual experience, but you know, having a different sort of car helps. So this car has really just been fantastic. Not to mention the countless hours of winter drifting this car went through when I was 18, 19 years old and thought I was a drift god. It just took it, man. It just, my friends and I, my college friends and I would go out to big empty church parking lots in the middle of the night, and we would just drift for hours. And you know, some of the cars wouldn't make it. I had a friend with a Chevy Cruze that like broke an axle or something, like his axle broke off, and then my other buddy with a Volvo S60R had to flat tow him back to the dorms. But this car made it through. I've got so many good memories in this car, and good car. Such a good car. All right, everyone. Well, that's going to pretty much wrap up the drive of my IS300. I hope you've enjoyed getting my sort of view on this car. I know if you're a longtime TOFR fan, you've seen this car, you recognize this car. The TOFR has actually tried to buy this car off of me. Everyone tries to buy this car. I think if I were to ever sell it to anyone, the TOFR, Chris, he would be the only guy that I would sell it to, because I know that he would take really good care of it. But as for now, it's sticking around in the fleet with no end in sight. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. I usually don't drive my personal cars on POV when I shoot these videos, so it's been cool to do that today. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much. Such a proper looking car. I think that no IS300 has looked quite as good as this, and I am including the new ones. I just love the looks of this car. It's such a timeless design. Such an executive 2003 design, and it's aged so well. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. This has been Substitute Topher, driving my own car today. And we will see you next time in the next video.